On a farm in Yamhill County, these men work towards sobriety, part of Blanchet Farm's rural recovery program.
It's a perfect situation for me. I love being outside.
Kyle moved in about 2 months ago.
Opportunity to live here, get new skills, and be healthy and happy.
Social worker Maggie Cornish works with Kyle. Lately, her focus has been on how the federal changes to SNAP benefits impact farm residents.
It's pretty terrifying to be told that you're not going to have food services anymore.
On December 1st, the work requirements to qualify for food stamps in Oregon changed. Adults 18 to 64, adults who do not have children under the age of 14, veterans, people in foster care, and homeless people must now prove they're working or volunteering at least 80 hours a month. Some men at the farm were told they no longer qualified.
How do we explain what we are, which is a recovery program where they help volunteer on the farm and stuff?
It turns out that volunteer farm work does meet the new requirements, but it took Maggie long hours on the phone with DHS to figure that out.
Luckily here, we're exempt because we're working on the farm and because of the conditions of living here. But for a lot of people, it seems like it's going to make everything more complicated.
But if you don't have a support person to call, you don't have that knowledge. I literally have a paper I write out for them of like, here's the ors we reference, here's the wording. But if you don't have that and everything's confusing, then you're kind of screwed.
For those who no longer qualify, they can only get SNAP benefits for 3 months across a 3-year period. We talked one-on-one with Nathan Singer, a SNAP eligibility expert at the Oregon Department of Human Services.
Talk to me more about who exactly will be impacted. We know the change will affect about 37,000 Oregonians, and that number is expected to increase. So which populations will feel this the most?
Yeah. The people that are most impacted are going to be adults 18 to 64 without children under the age of 14 in their household. They're going to feel the impact first around this.
So does this mean that some 37,000 Oregonians may lose these food benefits?
So related to it, for those 37,000 Oregonians and that increase over time, they could if they don't take specific actions. What they need to do is make sure that they're meeting specific work requirements around these areas.
The new work requirements, we know people must prove they're doing at least 80 hours a month of approved work, volunteering, or training activities. But what happens to people who can't meet those work requirements because of, say, unstable housing, caregiving responsibilities, or lack of transportation?
Yeah. So part of our goal is to really build a plan around with those individuals. Every time you talk to one of our staff, they're going to be asking around exemptions. Some of those things may allow us to give you an exemption so you do not have to report for that period of time.
How do you anticipate these changes impacting food insecurity across the state?
Yeah, this is, always a concern for us, and especially during this time and season as we work with partners. So as we look across it, this is a supplemental nutrition assistance program. It helps people that need this to supplement their food access. It's a critical benefit that we provide to over 700,000 individuals in the state of Oregon. And so as individuals work across this, our goal is to try to mitigate the impact on individuals from these federally required administrative areas.
Okay, if you think your benefits could be affected and you just don't know what to do, get in touch with the Oregon Department of Human Services. And that expert that we just heard from gave me a specific number that you can call for questions around SNAP eligibility. Here it is on your screen. It's 1-833-947-1694. There's also benefits.oregon.gov, which will be updated with new information. That phone number one more time is 1-833-947-1694. Okay, but now it's your turn. What do you think about these rule changes? Do you think it's a bad thing? Maybe you think it's a step in the right direction. Let us know. Email the story at kgw.com or call and leave us a voicemail, 503-226-5090.